that, you probably don't know us and you will definitely not remember us. I'm Chris, he's Ricky. We're going to be talking about... What movie are we talking about, Ricky?
Ghostbusters.
The new one!
Yeah.
It's terrible. I'm being too harsh, but it's not that good. It's not that good.
Okay. Alright, we've had this conversation. Alright, you know what? I'm just gonna recreate the reactions you had in the theater.
Yes, because a lot of the movie was terrible.
Oh my god, like literally, all you were doing is just like sitting like this and putting down your glasses. Like, I was so passive aggressive on that whole entire film. You see me calm down, I'm trying to tone it in, but then all of a sudden I'm like,
and then you see me,
and then I see you like,
I'm just letting it all out. for half of the movie, I'm sitting there just like,
and then you're like,
no, hang on.
with your hat,
I'm just like,
ugh.
I was like, no, I don't want to watch this movie anymore. It's terrible.
Oh my god.
It's alright. Let's just preface this by saying we're gonna be doing 2 reviews.
Yeah.
This is gonna be our this is gonna be our non-spoiler one. Then we're gonna post a spoiler one after this.
Yeah. So all right. So mentioning about the Ghostbusters, let's just go into let's just get the thing straight. He hates this movie. I like this movie.
Yeah.
But there's an interesting thing about how I like it. I don't like it saying it's a good flick. I honestly will have to make a full confession that I honestly do not like this flick in the way that it says like it's a great flick. It's something that actually tried its best all the way. I will admit it tried in certain ways, but in my opinion it fell short. It basically it backfired the whole project. So I honestly think it's an interesting flick to get through, but for those who are like huge Ghostbusters fans or those who are nitpicking or something like that,
you know, people like me.
Yeah, probably you will not like this film at all. Like I've read so many other reviews so far. Like I even heard Angry Joe gets like a 2 out of 10 or all that crap. And
2 out of 10 with my shit seal of disapproval.
And I honestly think that this actually isn't. It's an okay flick. That's it. There you go. Okay. It's not great. It's not good. It's not bad. It's not terrible. Definitely not terrible, and definitely not great. It's okay. Right in between. Like, at the gray, thin line between good and bad.
You know, there's a reason I said, as soon as I said this movie is terrible, the first thing I said was, okay, I'm overreacting. It's not very good.
Yes, you're overreacting. Yes, you're
That was the joke! That was the joke. But yes, it's not very good. The movie is not very... Let me just get a big disclaimer out of the way. It's not because it's women! You know we were gonna get them.
Yeah, duh. I mean...
we have nothing against the female cast. The problem is they're written poorly.
Yes, okay. You know what, let's just
We're not gonna say exactly why, but it's just like, the female cast isn't written very well. We don't... Literally on the car ride home, about 5 minutes after we watch the movie, we can't name any of the characters. We don't know any of their names.
It's not even 5 minutes. Only like a minute, and then like, oh yeah, I forgot about that.
That is the big problem with this movie. It doesn't imprint on you. You can't even quote anything. You can't quote anything from this movie like you could from the original.
Yeah, you really can't. There's nothing really like something that actually would like you. We can't speak. There's not really anything that you can actually there's not really anything you can actually go back to and actually see again because you really like that sequence.
My problem was Dan Aykroyd's canon. It's like,
worst.
He wrote the damn movie. He's in the damn movie. He produced the damn movie. And it still sounded half-assed what he said.
Oh my god, the way they just inputted him into the movie was just god-awful. The cameos fell so short. They were just like...
I swear he looked at the screen for all of a second before he was just
get me
in a
out
different
of here.
direction.
Just get me out of here. Like, even though, okay.
You know what I think? I think this is a victim of the focus groups. It's like, what do women want to see from the female Ghostbusters?
I don't know. I mean, you can't really blame anything. I mean, you can't really blame anyone or anything until we actually get a full analysis or just full everything on what came out of this movie, how was it produced.
Until we get the story of this movie. But I'm going to say something that is going to kind of spoil it for people. It's not super big. This movie is a chick flick for the first hour and 20 minutes.
I think it is an hour and 20 minutes.
It's an hour and 30. That's how most movies are.
Yeah.
Counting the credits, because
However
you have to sit through the credits, because that's where the last.
Let's just say 70% of this movie.
75% of this movie is chick flick.
It's just like a basic chick flick with all like. You know, if you ever seen Nostalgia Critic, you'll basically learn of the idea of the chick flick list.
He's only done one chick flick. It was Mamma Mia. He reviewed Mamma Mia. Look that up. You'll see his checklist for what is essentially the modern chick flick, and it is exactly that. It is exactly that goddamn formula.
I mean, the director himself, I honestly thought like he had potential because he's actually done some pretty good chick flicks too. But the chick flicks were not really like chick flicks like Mamma Mia or something. Actually, it was
the dumb chick flicks like Mamma Mia.
Yeah, it actually was like good chick flicks, like for example Bridesmaids, The Heat. I honestly like The Heat.
I like 27 Dresses.
And I've never seen Spy, but I really want to.
Is that on Netflix? I think I saw it on Netflix.
No, it's not on Netflix. But
I thought I saw it on Netflix. But
okay. Oh, reminding me of Netflix and all that product stuff. Product. Like.
That's actually something I have little problem with, except for the Pringles one. Oh, can I say the line that she said when she was talking about the Pringles?
No, just let them hear it for themselves.
Well, basically, the only ones that were there were Pringles and Sony, and that's it.
That is 100% false. Okay, here's even
and Papa John's. I didn't see it because I guess I zoned out.
Okay, like the freaking product placement is just like god awful. It's not as bad as Man of Steel, but it's actually getting closer there because like. They just like planted and like forcefully like showed all that stuff, and of course, being that it's a Sony film, you're gonna see Sony product placement like they do in almost every one of their films, including The Amazing Spider-Man.
Well, that's what you have to do, but here's what I'm surprised with: Progressive didn't get a product placement in this movie.
Oh yeah, the marketing in this movie, like
that's another
god awful.
Yeah, the marketing was terrible. Ads within ads never work.
Yeah, they never do. And then like seeing how like even Progressive.
Disregard the NFL. Disregard the NFL completely. That doesn't count.
Like Progressive, like did their marketing technique. Papa John's did the same thing with guys getting slimed, and then say like eat Papa John's or go and choose Progressive. And it's just god awful. They just make jokes out of jokes, in jokes, yada yada yada. Even in the movie, they do the similar like feat, but they don't really like market their things.
Yeah, they don't. It's just there.
It's just like there to be there. So at the very least, they don't use product placement as like a marketing act into the movie. They don't like market into it. They just show it. Boom.
Marketing superpowers. Sorry for that reference. I couldn't help it, but another problem I had was all the characters have no personality.
Yeah, they really do.
I again told them this in the car. All of them can be described in pretty much one word, and that would be let's see. There's stuck up, arrogant, crazy, black.
The black one, yeah.
Well, that's all her character is.
Oh my god. Black. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention how stereotypical they are. Yeah, severely stereotypical, especially the.
She wasn't very stereotypical, except for like a couple of scenes.
I honestly thought she was very stereotypical. Like, I really.
It's like it was only a couple of scenes.
To be fair, like it's not like to the point where it's like severely racist or something like that. I just felt like it's just too stereotypical.
Granted, the one race joke that's in all the trailers was kind of funny.
It was funny.
I don't know if it's a black thing or a lady thing. She annoys me. She's kind of one that's. Hang on, is she the one?
She's on that side where like she's like.
No, I'm trying to think. Was she in SNL with
I have.
What's his name? The midget from what? Peter Dinklage. I swore she was on. She was there.
I have no idea. Of all the female characters though, like although they're stereotypical and like really like have no.
Crazy was the most fun.
The Crazy was the most fun. Yeah. At some points, like it's just stupid. But at other points, like majority of the time I see her, I actually really like the character.
Yeah, I laughed at her.
I laughed at her more
you know what the
than
funny
any
thing
other
is?
character.
She has the least motivation or in backstory out of this entire crew.
Yeah. Like they try to force.
They just introduce her.
They just introduce her and like
she's
boom,
there.
She's there.
Like the other three characters actually no, only two of them really have motivation for this whole thing. The third one's just like
no, the two others like really don't really have much motivation.
Yeah, stuck up and arrogant kind of just they kind of have their motivation, but it's sort of
like forced.
Well, like the motivation for stuck up, like she wanted to prove that what she was Oh, I forgot a character, British. I hate him. I don't remember, how was the receptionist in the original Ghostbusters? Was she an idiot too?
No, she was just...
Okay, then why the fuck is she... Then why the fuck is British in this movie?
You could just say Chris Hemsworth.
I don't fucking remember his name.
It's Thor, bro!
I'm going by characters, fuck you.
Alright, you know what? Thor. Thor, of course, you all know.
Yeah, but that's not the character. The character's not Thor, it's British.
But the guy is... the guy who played the character is Thor.
Does he have the long hair? So much of this movie is cringeworthy.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
It's so uninspired, the comedy, because again, it's chick comedy, and it's like chick comedy and raunchy comedy. That's all they really have. And yes, there was raunchy comedy in the original, but it was kind of spread out.
And
like, yes, this man has no dick. I just got slimed. Zool copping a feel. That all happened in a, like, it didn't happen back to back. There wasn't raunchy joke after raunchy joke after raunchy joke after black joke.
Oh my god, yeah. Okay, jokes are all over the place. They never like really follow up. It's not really like you know, built up or anything. It's just like boom, there's a joke. There's a joke. You want another joke? There's another joke.
Yeah.
They only just like throw jokes at us trying to make us laugh throughout the movie when really when you think about it,
it was like a 10% hit ratio with those jokes. Almost none of them
really hit at all. But
except for when Crazy talked, because she was fun.
Yet
she was the only character in that whole movie that felt like she was having a blast at everything she did.
And considering like over the overall time it took just for us to like finally find something good out of it,
it's not worth the price of admission just to see the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, okay, yes. I was about to say, like at the very last 15, 20 minutes, that's where things actually get better, and then all of a sudden it gets good. That like it's kind of like it's
that's
like,
because that's really the only part they kind of ripped from the original Ghostbusters.
Yeah, like it actually tried to.
Well, the very end of that 10 minutes is when they ripped it off from the original Ghostbusters. Before that, it's like here's something else. This movie is confused. It doesn't know if it wants to be a satire of horror movie, or a comedy, just balls to the wall comedy, or an action movie, or a drama. It doesn't know what the fuck it wants to be. And that gets on my nerves. I like a movie that knows what it's doing and knows what it wants to be.
Funny thing is that...
Oh yeah, I forgot to add chick flick to that.
Well, when you think about it, actually, in my opinion, from what I saw, it actually tried to be a full-out comedy. It didn't really try to be anything other than just a comedy.
I saw...
Like a chick comedy. That's what I see into this movie. It actually, sometimes it doesn't really know where it wanted to go. Like, it literally just, like, put out, like, things
but the last 10 minutes, it's like, you don't expect an action fight sequence, which was already in the trailers as well.
Yeah.
You don't expect that in a Ghostbusters movie. Yeah, you expect this big climactic thing, but when they're just punching at air and swinging their hoses around, that's not really a very good action.
Not to forget about
the effects.
Yeah, the effects.
The practical effects were nice. I liked the practical effects.
Yeah, the practical effects are pretty.
But the CGI was terrible.
But the CGI was one of the most.
But there's a fucking cartoon character that looks more real than all of your ghosts combined. That's sad.
Oh my god, and yeah, don't forget Slimer. We're not going to mention that, what happens in there, but...
Well, we already saw Mrs. Slimer in the trailer. And you were okay with that, yet you're cringing to it now.
I will admit, I did like that part somewhat. I didn't really like it to the point where it's like, oh my god, that is super hilarious. No, I actually kind of like it because it's kind of like...
You don't need it.
I mean, you don't need it, but it's actually something that you would like, look at it and just laugh at it later on in the future. Like, they just put that there.
I don't think I'd laugh at it.
So, considering now that that's established, here's what I'd like to, focus on in terms of what I think about the movie. I already mentioned about, how they actually did put effort into it. They actually did try to, develop something out of a reboot, something that actually serves as a true reboot to the Ghostbusters franchise.
Yet they do constantly try to kill the Ghostbusters franchise.
Yeah, it kind of did try. It looked like it tried to kill the Ghostbusters franchise, but in my opinion, it looked like it actually
tried to kill the old Ghostbusters.
It didn't want to. It actually wanted to be its own self. It wanted to develop itself into something new, into something different. But of course,
it keeps rolling around in the past,
and it backfired.
With the cameos and the references.
It
and the
backfired big time.
Yeah.
It was super out. It was like all over the place. It was so out of place, and it fell short to what it actually tried to be. I give it credit for the effort, whether or not there was effort put into it. In my opinion, I can see the effort.
If Dan Aykroyd's performance is anything to go by, I doubt there was any effort.
I honestly am trying.
I would love to believe there was some effort put into it.
I am trying to convince myself because, like, there's actually, again, there's funny stuff. There's actually things that you like in there.
There's some heart in it, but there isn't much.
Yeah, it shows that actually try to put some effort into it. But seeing from what the results so far, it actually seems like it didn't, as opposed to did. But in my opinion, I'm convincing myself to the point where it's saying they tried. They actually put effort into it, so it shows that they want to build something out of what they have right now and try to start something new for this generation. Like I said, it fell short, and seeing that we always, since it's a reboot, that we have to compare it to the original.
Well, you do
it's
kind of
inevitable.
have to.
Yeah, but I mean, if you want it for the new generation, you should never really compare new with the old.
But the problem is, if the new doesn't stand up, then the old is what has to try to hold it up a little bit.
But if the old doesn't stand up,
But the old does stand up, but the problem is it's weighed down by the new.
So considering that it actually fell short, I'm not a misogynist, as most of you who know me know, as most of you who don't know me, of course. I'm not a misogynist.
He refuses to watch bad movies for fun, so...
I mean, the only reason why I would ever watch bad movies is because, first of all, whether it's a guilty pleasure, because it's a franchise I like, or this guy, this dick, pushes me to the point where I have to watch it. I'm not watching that one movie that's...
I'm going to take you to
no,
that
you
goddamn
won't.
movie. I fucking will!
No, you won't!
I fucking will! Cut it!
But considering that's the fact, I will say, for those who are interested in seeing this film, I'd say don't put up like so much expectation towards this at all. If you do, you will have the biggest letdown.
I went in with
for the year and possibly for the next 5 years.
No, I went in with no expectations for this movie, and it still disappointed me.
I didn't really have high expectations. I had like very, very, very like in between low and high expectations.
I just went in with none.
I didn't really have much to like anticipate out of this, but all I hoped it was that it'd be good. But of course, it did not turn out to be good. It turned out to be okay, which was less than what I expected. So I was disappointed in some way. But I was okay with it because at least it tried and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it as it is. He doesn't, but I think it's okay. So go ahead. If you want to watch this, go ahead. Don't like cry over how it might have ruined your childhood or something like that. No. Because that means you really didn't have much of a childhood, too.
Yeah, if you're saying something ruined your childhood, then you really didn't have much of one to begin with.
Especially being the fact that it's just a movie that's ruining your childhood.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a TV show, that's a bit different, because, you know, that was kind of something that... TV shows are a bit different than movies. They kind of stick around a bit longer, even if they're, you know, outdated.
Yeah, but...
Hey, look at Pokemon. It's still going. And that's not going off Pokemon Go. It's just going off of Pokemon in general. It's still going.
Well, I mean, you gotta reference, of course, Pokemon Go. Because look at that! Look at that right now!
People are making gang signs out of it.
And people even getting themselves injured, literally.
Yeah.
But, anyways...
There's a Mewtwo down this dark alley? Okay!
But anyways, yeah. I wouldn't say I dare you, but if you dare, go ahead. Intro, suck you in. Rest of the movie, suck you out. But...
The movie didn't even suck me in at the intro. I'm just sitting there just like...
I got sucked
this is okay, this is how this is going to start. Let's see where it goes from here.
I actually got sucked in a little bit in the intro. I thought it was like, it looked promising. It looked like, oh, real Ghostbusters. Then it went downhill. But of course, I can't really I'm not really a guy who does verdicts like Angry Joe or something. Like, if I want to announce a verdict, I'd say watchable, harmless, okay, but don't go with high expectations. Definitely not.
Realistically, just go watch the movie if you want to get your opinions straight on it.
Exactly. That's what I was just about to say.
Don't go.
Don't go.
I don't think you should go if you expect a great movie out of it. If you maybe if you're, I don't remember who said it. You said somebody said it. If you're going to watch this movie, watch it high or drunk. Then you'll have the most fun.
Jeremy Johns, that's the guy. But
now,
yeah,
I didn't.
like-
Now, granted, neither of us went high or drunk because I had to drive and he's a wuss.
And
But-
I am, of course, a very, very, very strict guy, so yeah, I wouldn't do that at all.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to tell from your weight. You got your fat joke. Now we're even. All right. That's it. Goodbye. Comment what you thought down below. If you think we spoiled everything for you and your childhood, good.